Now we'll discuss regarding damages as provided under Section 73. The very meaning of damages is that due to breach of contract by the defaulting party, the aggrieved party suffered loss and could claim damages in form of monetary compensation. The very purpose of this provision is to retain the previous position of the aggrieved party. And the kinds of damages, one is the first one, general damages. So, general damages exactly means contract broken directly by a party so the other party suffered direct loss. So, an illustration regarding general damage is that A to purchase 50 bags of rice at rupees 200 per bag from B. On the very day of delivery, we refused to deliver the rice. So, A purchased those 50 bags of rice at rupees 300 per bag from the open market. So, here A is entitled to claim monetary compensation from B as it is a general loss to him. And the second damage is special damage. So, loss arises on special circumstances. So, special law, so special damage. As for an illustration, B order for supply of fodder into the cattle fair with railway, but it does not receive in time due to delay. So B could not sell fodder in the cattle fair. So here he suffered both general loss and also special loss, the profit he could have got by selling the fodder in the cattle fair. And now we'll discuss the third one, that is exemplary or vindictive damage. So here it is a loss of reputation or goodwill or credibility of the party, and in such circumstances the court, if it fails, can impose damages on the defaulting party. So its very objective is to punish the defaulting party. So, in that connection, we could discuss a leading case, Johnson versus Pascal, and that is a marriage contract. When it is broken by the defaulting party, there is loss of money. It also hurts the very emotion and sentiment of the call. So also the reputation and social status is lost. Besides ordinary claim, the aggrieved party can also claim vindictive damages. So, also, another important case relating to this is Addis versus Gramophone Company, where the bank trader's check is bounced, having sufficient money in the account without any valid reasons, though trader's credibility is lost in the market. Besides general damage, damages in form of vindictive could be claimed from the bank through court by the trader for not honoring the check, having sufficient balance in his account. And now we'll go to nominal damages. So Here, aggrieved party not suffered any loss, so it can recover only a small amount, and it is a kind of warning to the defaulting party, and it also to maintain discipline in business industry. For an illustration, a order to be 50 bags of wheat at rupees 200 for bag, but be refused on the very day of delivery. So A found the same wheat at the same rate from another trader, even if that there would be a nominal damage and it could be imposed by the court. And our next one is liquidated damages. So, liquidated damages are specified some as estimated loss in case of contract broken. It itself, the very amount of damage is estimated itself in the contract by both the parties. So, here in this context, the court cannot either increase or decrease of the estimated amount that already decided by both the parties in their contract. And in our next video, we will discuss penalty as under section 74.